Hello, everybody. It's me, Madame Pamita, and a fabulous Miss Kelly with her cute mermaid hair. Oh, I just love your mermaid hair so much. Now you make me want to change my hair color.
That
I
happens to
miss
me.
it.
I look at cute hair and I'm like, "Oh, that color is so
I
cute."
know, right? Been doing the same purple for so damn long. Um, anyway, so here we are not talking about hair. This isn't a show about hair, believe it or not. This is Tarot for Kindness. Tarot for Kindness is our weekly get together where we do tarot readings and when Miss Kelly's here, a little bit of astrology to answer your questions. And the way we do this is we do this as a fundraiser. The fundraiser that we're doing is for seniors, a humanitarian aid for seniors in Ukraine. We work with our friends, Subotin Harbor, and we donate the money to them. For $40, they can feed a Ukrainian senior who is suffering in the full scale invasion, which you probably haven't seen in the news because there's so much other stupid
Mm,
news going on right now that you haven't seen. Um, what's going on in Ukraine because they aren't reporting on it. And probably pressured not to report on it by everybody's kowtowing to this idiot.
yeah.
And so what's happening in Ukraine is Russia is bombing civilians, bombing civilian targets, killing children, killing seniors, killing people that are not on the front lines. It's horrific, horrible, and awful. Many of these seniors have been displaced from their homes in eastern Ukraine and are now in a new city where they know no one. They have tiny pensions that they can barely survive on. And they have to make tough decisions like, do I buy food or do I buy medicine? Do I buy food or do I have electricity and heat? These are the kind of decisions they have to make. Subotin Harbor comes in with 2 weeks worth of groceries, which they can purchase for $40, $40 US. And by purchasing these groceries and delivering these groceries to the seniors once a month, they help the seniors to extend what they have. They provide them with really healthy, fresh food. Every day they go out and shop for the food. It's fresh meat, chicken, milk, oil, butter, milk, all kinds of things. Did I say milk twice? Probably. Whatever they need, those basics that they need to create meals and cook for themselves or have the people that they live with cook for them. And this is a way that they can not be hungry. Many times they come to these homes and deliver these groceries, and the seniors, especially if it's been the first time that they visited someone, their cupboards, their refrigerators are bare. And these people are praying for a miracle, and the miracle shows up in the groceries that are being delivered by Subotin Harbor, which are being provided by you making these donations so that we can do these readings. We're providing that food to those people, and you are the miracle, which is pretty cool to think, like you're making a huge miraculous difference in somebody's life, someone that you'll probably never meet, but you are that magical angel that has blessed that person with some food so that they can have one less thing to worry about and not have to make those tough decisions between food and other things that are necessary, especially these seniors who are in their 70s, 80s, 90s, many of whom are disabled. Certainly they can't get out and work or do anything. Many are bedridden. So this is like a huge gift that you are giving. And you get a gift too, which is you get a tarot reading from me, and you can get as many cards as you want. If you want a one card reading to check in for the week or ask a question, it's $10. If you want a 2 card reading, it's 20, 3 card readings, 30, and so on. 100% of the proceeds go to Subotin Harbor. I even cover myself out of my own pocket. I cover the percentage that PayPal, Venmo, Super Chat takes out. Speaking of which, that's how you can get your reading. All you have to do is make a donation on PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. Super Chat's a little button down below that looks like a dollar bill. Venmo and PayPal, the links are at the top of the description, and you'll find those there. And you can make your donation. Once you've made your donation, 10, 20, 30, $40, 50, whatever amount you can afford, whatever kind of reading length you want. Once you've made that donation, you can come back into chat and let us know how much you donated, where you donated, and what your question is. Because this is the first Sunday of the month and we have the fabulous Miss Kelly, you can also put in birth information, birth date information. You want if you want to share your birth date, that is very helpful because then she can do like read more into your chart. But even if you just share your birthday without the year or your sun sign, moon, and rising, she can do work with that as well. So whatever amount, if you want a more detailed, you share your birth date information. If you don't care about the details, you can share a little bit less, but that will give Kelly something to work on. If you've already had a reading from Miss Kelly, she probably has you in her file.
Yep.
Magical file.
Yep.
So for the regulars here, you're all in good shape because Miss Kelly already has your birthday information, so you don't need to put that in. But if this is your first time or you've never gotten a reading, a astrological reading with Miss Kelly, then you want to share that information. What else do I have to say about that? Oh, can I make a couple of announcements? I've got these really great announcements. Now I've got my I'll just do a couple and then we'll let me get to it. I've got to bring it up here. Hold on a second. And I can make a couple of announcements about great new things that are happening at the Parlor of Wonders. So let me get that up. Let me get this in there and then we're good to go. Hold on. I have to change a typo. You know, that's my usual. That's how I roll. Lots of typos is how I roll. You know what the worst thing is? I look over my workshop slideshow and they're like perfect. So I think.
And then you got to do it.
I'm like, oh my God, look at that typo. It's so embarrassing. All right. I'm going to give a couple of announcements, then we'll get to a reading. We'll do a couple more announcements. So we're just going to disperse these and I won't do a big chunk of them. I'll just do a couple right now. So let me get to those. All right. Here we go. Got to push a few buttons to get there. All right, here we go. All right. So first announcement is this one. This one I make every week, but it's important to know if you've got questions about magic, you have questions about your tarot practice, you have questions about working with candle magic or folk magic or Slavic magic. If you've got questions about witchcraft, spiritualism, law of attraction, divination, any kind of thing, join me. You can join me for a free live magic Q&A tea party. We hang out, we chat, we talk. You can come as you are because we don't turn on your camera and you don't have to turn on your mic. You type it into chat. So you can show up, you can listen, you can hang out, you can ask questions. It's a good time. This takes place every Sunday except for the first Sundays when I teach a workshop. That was today. I taught a workshop today. Every Sunday except for the first Sundays, or if I'm out of town, that happens too. It takes place at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you'd like to join us for the live magic Q&A tea party, all you have to do is sign up at spellsquad.com or use this QR code. Once you sign up there, you will be on the email list and you will get the link for the workshop for the live magic Q&A. And the link is the same every week. So you can just put it in your calendar at that time and that will remind you to come over and join us. You also get a reminder email. You'll get a reminder email every week that lets you know that it's coming so that you don't miss it. So that's one thing that you want to do. And it's absolutely free. It's a great fun time. We hang out. We have great people in the audience. It's all over Zoom, so it's all private. Nobody's going to know that you're there. You can even come in with an anonymous name. Nobody's going to know you're there. It's super, super private. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to do anything. Tarot for Kindness is what we're doing right now. We help feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in the full-scale invasion. Our partners at Sobotan Harbor provide 2 weeks worth of groceries for about $40 each for over 300 seniors each month. My partners and I do readings live for $10 per card on YouTube on Sundays after the Q&A or workshop around 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. After the workshop, it's usually around 6:30 Pacific, 7:30 Mountain, and so on. If you'd like to find out when we do these Tarot for Kindness sessions, just go to youtube.com/Madam Pamita, which is my account, no spaces, no numbers. Subscribe and hit the notifications bell. And then if you're on your computer, a little thing will pop up to let you know that it is starting and then you can join us. So that's a fun thing to do. All righty, that's the first announcement, the first set of announcements, because we already have some people that want readings. So Seasick Music and Live by Design are getting readings. If you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is make a donation on Venmo or PayPal. The links are in the description of this, and or you can do it on Super Chat down below, which is the little $ symbol. Make your donation, $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine. So let's do Seasick Music first, then we'll do Live by Design. Seasick Music, you're a regular. We're so grateful for you coming every week and so thankful for your donation. Hi, Venmo, $10. Would love general guidance on my love life. Thank you. Gemini, Sun, Virgo, Rising, Sag, Moon, Cancer, Venus. Love that. Okay. All right. Oh, the deck I'm using for those who want to play along at home with the tarot is this one that I'm loving so much, The Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. I am really enjoying this deck. It's got vintage
That one's
pictures
cool.
and little elements from the Rider-Waite-Smith in there, and it makes me super happy. Love this deck so much. All right. Wild things happen with this deck. I have extra cards in there, and they sometimes pop up and delight me. One time I had a reading, and was last week or the week before, and somebody got 2 justice cards because I had an extra justice card somehow in this deck. So
I did that recently. I somehow mixed a bunch of my cards up and was giving readings, and this girl got 2 lovers cards, 2 Two of Cups, like it was wild. I was like, how many people are you seeing? She was like, I'm going out with this It was very amusing, but I couldn't believe it. I was like, what did I do to my cards? It was
I love that. All right.
okay.
Seasick Music. Here's what we got for you. Oh, interesting. Okay. 6 of Swords energy is great, very specific, very practical guidance on what you need to do for your love life. So 6 of Swords often shows a little boat that's being ferried across the water to an island that's in the distance. This young lady has stars behind her. There's always something in the distance that looks beautiful and good. 6 of Swords energy. So let's talk about the swords and what they mean in a reading. Swords represent the element of air. They represent communication, thoughts, ideas. They also represent boundaries. So when I see the 6 of Swords, I have this scenario that's in my head. I often kind of create stories around the cards of like what's happening. I spend so much time with the cards, and I love to like sort of create stories, and those can inform the reading as well. 6 of Swords to me is like somebody whose boat is tied to the dock and they need to take a sword and cut that tie, right? So that they can sail out of the rough waters, which are in the foreground, and into the smooth waters, into that beautiful island in the distance. So, general guidance on your love life in relation to this is there may be something that isn't serving you. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that it's wrong, bad, terrible, or something horrible that you should avoid. It's more like something that's just keeping you stuck. It's like you're sitting in your boat and your boat's tied to the dock. Well, that's fine, but you're not going anywhere. So if you feel like your relationship or the relationships that are around you are not going anywhere, the people that you're seeing this, was happening, it's like you're stuck in that dock, right? So you need to take that boundary setting and really cut the tie so that you can move forward. It's more for you than really about the other person being negative. Again, 6 of Swords, don't get any negativity out of that. But if you want to get to a certain destination with your love life, you got to untie your boat from the dock in some way. So I think of this in terms of love and relationship. It may be like having somebody that's kind of, well, I think the first thing to do is to decide what your destination is, right? That's the absolute first thing to do. What do you want in a relationship? So, like maybe you want in a relationship lots of freedom. You want to have multiple partners. You don't want a commitment. That's a destination to go to. Another destination can be I want a monogamous partnership with somebody and I want to be really bonded with that person and move forward as a team through life. That's another option. So no one is saying the destination is one destination, one size fits all. It is what works for you. So the very first thing that you have to do is create that island in the distance, which is what you want to have in a relationship. Make a list of the qualities you want in your relationship. What is it that you're specifically wanting? I'm not talking about the person, I'm talking about the relationship, right? I want to have a committed relationship with one person, that we get married and go through a partnership of life together. We have a family, et cetera, et cetera. Or I want a relationship where I have freedom, that's open, that I can see that person and other people, that I have multiple partners that I love spending time with, or anything in between. It's your recipe for you. So you have to come up with that first, because otherwise you're floating around and not getting to any destination. So we need to have a destination in mind. And that requires some reflection. What is it that you truly want? What is it that you're looking for in a relationship? Once you have determined that, then look at what is happening around you. If what you're wanting is a committed, sincere relationship that moves forward into deeper commitment, maybe marriage or something like marriage, then look at what you're experiencing right now. Are there people who are not on that page who are taking up your time? Are there people who aren't on that page who are, um, well, maybe one day I'll get there, right? If that is the case, then that is the boat. That is the rope that's tying your boat to the dock. That you know what you want, and you should be with someone who also knows what they want. And ideally, you're with a person who you're both on the same page. At least your Venn diagram needs to cross. Maybe they want to travel the world and maybe you want to stay home, and you find a compromise there. But in terms of the relationship, you should have the same vision for what it is that you would like. Then then when you see these people around you who are not a match for what it is that you are looking for, then it will be very easy to understand that you need to untie your boat from the dock. I know what people say. Well, this relationship is new. I'm not sure what the person wants. Then you have a conversation. What is it that you're wanting in a relationship in general? Not talking about the two of you, but what they are wanting and seeking in their life. And if they're seeking something the same, then you can invest in that person. But if they're seeking something different, or which sometimes happens, they want something, but their actions say something else. Sometimes they say one thing and do another thing. Those are things you have to observe. So this is telling me there's something that's keeping you tied from moving forward. There's someone or something situation that's keeping you kind of, stuck in one place, and you need to be moving. So figure out what that rope is, figure out what's keeping you tied to the dock, and now go on your journey toward your goal. You know what your goal is. You can state what your goal is. If, let's say, for example, what you're looking for is marriage, you're not going to know the first time you meet someone, whether maybe you will, but you probably usually don't know if that's the person you want to marry, because you need to get to know them better. But you can be clear about your objective in terms of what you're looking for, even if you're not sure and the person is new. And the same thing is true of the people that you're seeing. They should be clear about what they're looking for. And then you can have a conversation about it. It's pretty simple. And then if they're not, yay, then they may be the rope that's keeping you tied to the dock. So, yeah. And then you'll move forward to that. See, what's great about this is once you get rid of those the ropes, then you're free to go forward and you will find that island. You will get to that destination. But it's kind of saying don't waste your time with people that are keeping you back in some place that you don't want to be. So, all right. What do you have, Miss Kelly?
Well, I'm looking when I kind of plot that chart out a little bit. It looks like her Venus is in the realm of friendship and groups and community. And right now, you're actually getting a Venus return. So, Venus in the sky right now is coming back and hanging out with your Venus in your chart. So, that's going on this whole month of August. Like, what a great time to meet somebody or get a little closer with someone if you are involved. And it's also with Venus, it's going to be more, I think you're really being asked to find something through friendship right now. The other thing that's going on is Jupiter is joining that. So Jupiter's hanging out in Cancer right now for the next few months. So Jupiter and Venus, and they're talking to your Venus in the realm of friendship and community and groups. I think you're really being invited into that area. That's where you're going to meet somebody. That's where you're going to get that the potential, the spark to go is going to be through that kind of activity. So it could be that you go out into the large community and you join a protest and you meet somebody that way, right? That's a big community action. It could mean that you go to the coffee shop and you meet somebody there because you're in your community. It could really mean, though, I'm kind of getting an intuitive hit, that you might meet somebody through another friend, right? Somebody set you up, or your friend group itself is what's going to connect you. But it's definitely, I think you're definitely being asked in this moment to really, like, that's the level you need to be on. Like, how do I connect with you as a human being? How do I connect with you as a friend? Because that's going to be the basis that you start out with, which will be great.
Yeah. I think that's perfect. And in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, that card has a ferryman pushing the boat.
Yeah.
So, and the boat has two people in it, and the ferryman's pushing the boat. And I always say, oh, this is like someone assisting you or someone helping you.
Oh, yes, true, true.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, one of your friends could be, hi, just,
Yeah.
have you
I'm going to
met
help
this
you get
person?
there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe you ask around, ask your friends, who do you know? What's going on? Or make somebody throw a party.
Parties
I
are good.
say, it's summertime. We need a backyard party. Yeah.
Also too, I think what can be really great for this is I have an article. If you are like, oh, my groups are all played out, or I'm not hanging out with my
Mhm.
friends. I moved to a town. I mean, sometimes you move to a place and you don't know anybody. I have an article up, and maybe Love What you can put this up in the chat, called 101 Places to Meet New Friends and
Ooh.
maybe even your soulmate. So you can think about that. Like, if you need to make new friends or need to have new groups that you become involved with, this can give you some stimulation to think, oh, maybe I could do that or the other thing. And it can like inspire some action because you
Yeah.
discover, like, instead of just going, like, I wrote this really because people, we live in Los Angeles. A lot of people move to Los Angeles, right? And they don't know anybody. And they're like, I don't know anybody here. And I'm like, oh, well, all I'm going to come up with 101 places that you can meet new people. And I did.
Because
So,
it could be overwhelming too, especially in a big city. Like,
yeah.
there's
Oh,
so
yeah,
many
it's
people,
hard.
and yet it's hard to meet people because you
Yeah,
need to find that neighborhood and find
yeah,
things to do. Yeah. And
yeah, or
also,
you
one of the ropes you need to cut could either be the rope that's tying you at home, that kind of keeps you as a homebody a little bit, especially that Virgo rising. You've got a Sag moon, which is great. So Saggy moon, but it's sitting there kind of in that homebody sphere. So I wouldn't be surprised if you kind of give a tendency to maybe be a little more reticent. I don't know. I
it's
could be wrong,
cozy.
but that Virgo rising is usually the I'm gonna take my time with you. They want to set some boundaries first.
Miss Kelly and I, you can relate to that, like wanting to just be home and do crafts and make
Oh
things.
my
And
god! Hi, this is the mess behind me. This is my craft area.
this is like
This is my setup. Yeah,
yeah, this is like my thing. It's like, oh, I want to stay home and write. I just want to
yeah.
write. I just want to be at home alone. So,
I know. Oh my
you have to
gosh,
like
letting
get
me out
out
the
of that
door.
comfort zone, right? Yeah,
And I've got that Saggy Virgo combo, and it's funny. The Saggy energy wants you kind of want to go do stuff, but oh, that Virgo energy is so easy to just not,
yeah.
to just
Well,
no.
especially when you have joyful things that you love to do at your
Yes.
home. I mean, and you put on some music, hang out with your
Hmm.
cat.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you got Venus. She's got Venus in Cancer. So that Cancer energy, that Venus, it's
Wants
like,
to be
oh,
home.
I think you're going to want somebody that, yeah, you need as a friend that you can hang out at home with.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
plot adventures together, because that Sag moon needs
Have
to do
some
something.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, well, thank you so much, Seasick Music. Let me share, if you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is donate $10 per card. For the tarot part, the astrology part is free with every purchase. You're like what you are, Miss Kelly? You're the prize in the cereal box. I'm the gross sweeties or whatever, and you're the prize.
But now it's always fun cereal that you get, the prize.
That's true. Okay, I'm the Count Chocula and you're the
I was gonna
wise.
say the Frankenberries. The
I'm the Captain Crunch. I don't know.
Mhm.
Cutting
I
the
haven't
roof of
had
your
fun
mouth.
cereal things since I was a kid. Now that I'm thinking
I
about it,
know, I haven't had fun cereal ever, but it kinda sounds gross to me. Well, actually, it doesn't appeal at all.
it appealed to me when I was 7.
Oh,
Oof,
for sure,
loved
for
it.
sure, for sure,
Yes,
and, it was always the prize, right? I
yes.
really want the cereal, mom, like, "You want the prize," right? "No, no, I
Or
want the
the Cracker
cereal."
Jack. The Cracker Jack prize
Yeah,
was good. You could be
there you
Cracker
go.
Jacks.
So that's what you are. So yes, $10 per card. Make your donations on PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat, and then let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is, and your birth date information if Miss Kelly doesn't have it on file for you because you have already had a session with Miss Kelly
Mm-mm.
here on Tarot for Kindness. I want to do a couple more little announcements about things that are coming up because we got some exciting things coming up. Um, Speaking of the Live Magic Q&A Tea Party, every Sunday we do the Live Magic Q&A Tea Party, and we have a witchy book giveaway. This coming Sunday, we're going to be giving away, I don't know if I'm on the screen anymore because I can't see because my big old, oh, I'm not on the, oh, yes, I am on the screen, super tiny. Okay, next
Oh,
Sunday,
here
we're going
we
to,
are down low. That's so
yeah,
funny.
I'm going to be giving away the Good Cat Spell Book. Miss Kelly, it's the Good
What
Cat
is
Spell
it?
Book. The Good Cat Spell Book. It's all spells for and with your cat.
I need that book.
Okay, wait, and not only that, Miss Kelly, you're gonna love this. It's got different cat signs. So,
Oh
like,
my
if your
gosh. You
cat,
should
my
just send me
cat,
one. How many of those do you have in stock?
no, you have to come to the Live Magic Q&A Tea Party and win one.
It's
The
next Sunday?
Pisces cat. Yeah,
I'll
next
win it.
Sunday.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just
Um,
letting everybody know I'll win that book.
the Pisces cats, my 2 little kittens are little Pisces brothers.
Oh,
And I was
Pisces
reading
cats are
about
great.
that, and it totally made sense. They are fascinated with water, and they drink a lot of water, which is good. Cats are supposed to drink water, but like Glinda, my
I had
Taurus
a
cat,
Pisces
doesn't
cat.
drink water. What?
They're great. They're all like their whole spirit is just cat. Pisces cat. They're
Yeah.
just like, what?
Yeah.
They like
So
they're not trying to outsmart you or anything. They're just cat. Pisces
yeah,
cats.
they're just cuties, little
They're great.
cuties.
They're
Just cute.
fabulous.
So if you want to win this book, and every week we give away a different book. These are courtesy of our publishers, our favorite witchy publishers. This one is from Cross Crow, Good Cat Spell Book. We've got books coming from Llewellyn, Wiser, um, all kinds of other publishers. So if you would like to be a part of this and to get some magical books, you can do it for free. All you have to do is show up at the Live Magic Q&A Tea Party in our live, which takes place on Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central. To get in the Live Magic Q&A Tea Party, you need to sign up at spellsquad.com or go to Parlor of Wonders and go to join. And then you will get the link to join us so that you can join us at the Live Magic Q&A Tea Party. Just show up. And at the end, we spin this wheel. The Love Witch so lovingly puts together the wheel with all the names of everybody who is there. We spin the wheel and then we announce the winner. It's very exciting. It's like a free raffle or free Vegas thing every Sunday, which is very fun. You don't need to make a purchase, but if you do make a purchase, you don't have any purchase to win. All you have to do is attend. But if you placed an order over the weekend, we will add your book to your order and cover the shipping. If you don't place an order or didn't place an order, we'll give you a coupon for the book and you will just pay for the shipping. So if here's a little sneaky thing. I'm just going to say it. You can win the book and then go, oh, I don't want to pay for the shipping. So buy something at Parlor of Wonders and we'll throw it in, right?
Yes.
There you go. So anyway, we've got some great books coming up. We got some more books. I just got a whole slew of more books that we're going to be giving away, really cool witchcraft books. And we hope you'll join us and win some books. We've got some great books coming up and I want you to be a part of that. All right. So that's my announcement for right now. Okay. Maybe I'll do another one more announcement and then we'll get to our reading. Okay. Tarot Academy, the Beginning Tarot Workshop Series is starting. Are you ready to go on a 5-week journey with me to understand the tarot from the very foundations? Or maybe see the tarot in a new and clear way. If you've been trying to get the tarot, don't understand it, this is a great opportunity for you to understand it completely. We'll have an amazing adventure together over the 5 weeks as we explore the fundamentals of the tarot. You will start tapping into your intuition and doing readings and practicing with other students from day one, and you will have so much fun along the way. It starts on September 14th. And if you are a former student, I want to tell you this, once you buy this class, you can repeat it for free as many times as you want. If you're a former student, join us for free. If you have not taken this class, take it, and then you can repeat it anytime you want. I offer this class once a year, usually in the fall. So hopefully you'll come and join me for the next 5 weeks, starting September 14th. You can find out more and register at witchcraftworkshops.com. All right, we'll talk about full moon 2026 when we get back to our announcement. Right now, we're going to do another reading. Okay, stop sharing. All right, there we go. Let's do another reading. We're going to do Live by Design. Then we have Jessica. Then we have Candace. Thank you, Jessica and Candace, for popping in there with your readings. All right. So Live by Design. Hello, PayPal 30. I would love guidance on best next steps in handling a workplace conflict. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Workplace conflict is no fun. All right. Let's take a look. Okay. Here's what I'm seeing here. So the first card that I had is the Hierophant, right? Hierophant to me says mediator. You need somebody who is not involved in the situation to mediate the situation. Now, if it is a big situation that you've brought to HR or somebody has brought to HR, a mediator might be called in and they might bring that in. But if it hasn't escalated to that point where you brought it to the attention of other people, then there needs to be some kind of mediator, a mediation of some kind. That's Hierophant energy. So it can be formal, it can be informal, it could be somebody who is not involved in the situation coming and volunteering to mediate for you and the other parties or whoever it is, right? So there needs to be some kind of fair mediation. This is Hierophant energy all the way. I almost want to say like what would be good. It could be a boss that comes in to mediate. It could be somebody in the workplace that comes in to mediate, but you need to have some third party or some extra person that's going to come in and be this neutral person to hear everybody's side of things and to be able to like help everyone get together again. I think that's kind of necessary. What I see here is that it could be Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles energy is somebody in the workplace that's a peer of yours. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to higher ups. It can be somebody that's a peer, but you need to have somebody that is neutral, that is not your friend or the other person's friend. You need to have somebody that is a neutral party. You might even want to confront in a very direct way saying, hey, we're having this problem. We're not getting along, or something's happening here and we need to have a talk. If you feel like you can do that with this person or people, that might be a good thing to do. And to find somebody to help you navigate that would be very, very helpful. If it is something like you think you have to go to a higher level, then you might have to go to that boss and explain what's going on so that they can neutralize this in some way. I do feel like with that Knight of Pentacles energy, you've got somebody who's really practical in the workplace, who's going to be able to see it, really from both sides and not get emotionally involved in this situation. Ultimately, what I see is really interesting because 8 of Pentacles is a healing of that energy that is happening like step by step. So it's not going to be, I don't see this as happening like, oh, overnight, then things are resolved and all is well. I think it's a healing process that happens with this workplace conflict, but you need to bring some other party in that's going to be the neutral party that's going to help navigate all of this. So it might be HR, it might be going to HR, it might be going to a boss, it might be going to somebody and saying, "This is what's going on. We need to have some kind of neutral party," asking for that if you can, if it's possible. I already took to their boss and they got HR involved, but they basically asked me to go back and to try to keep attempting with this person who is my direct supervisor. Oh, like you're not being heard, right? That's awful. Um, I think you can heal it, if you've had, the situation with that person. If they're a manager of some kind, they need management training if they can't get you on board. This is what I see time and time again. HR gave them training. Yeah, well, they didn't do a very good job, did
Mm,
they? So here's what I wanna share with you about management. Everybody thinks if you're good at something, you should be the manager of it, and that's not true. That's not true. Management is its own skill, and a good manager is somebody a Leo energy. Hey, Leo girl. Happy birthday, by the way, Miss Kelly.
thank you.
Leo energy is about being a leader, but it's like getting everybody to want to support you, to want to work with you, to want to get you, to work as a team. That is really the Leo, like the leadership. I shouldn't say Leo, but Leos are great leaders. But that's really what a leader is meant to do. It's not threatening people, having conflict with people, or doing that. It's getting people it's really people skills that are necessary. So this person might be super smart, they might be really good at what they do, but they don't have the management training. And they're not listening to you and they're not helping you, supporting you, and you're not willing to do it. I've been a manager and yeah, it's such a different skill. Absolutely. Absolutely. And clearly this person doesn't have management skills. So I think what could help is to bring in that you can say, we need to have a mediator. That's it. We need to have a mediator. And I'd go back to HR and say, I have been trying, I have been doing this thing. It's to that point. We need to have someone come in and intervene and mediate between us. Should be somebody neutral. Like if HR is really on that supervisor side, I wouldn't bring HR into it. If their boss is like siding with them, those aren't the people. But you need to say to that person, we need to find a third person to help us resolve this because we're not seeing eye to eye. That's really kind of an adult thing to do, actually. If you're not seeing eye to eye with someone, to just say, look, it's not really working here. Something we need to get on the same page and we're not on the same page. I think we need to have some kind of intervention of some kind or some kind of mediation because we're not seeing. I mean, clearly they know it's going on. It's not like it's a secret to them because they brought it to HR and, you told their boss and they brought it to HR. I think you can have that adult conversation and say, we need to bring someone in that's going to mediate so that we can understand one another. It's a compassionate thing to do. I actually see with Eight of Pentacles an improving, but it's going to improve step by step. It's just it. It's not going to be
Yeah,
an
that's kind of a
overnight.
slow moving energy there. That Eight
Yeah.
of Pentacles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Eight of Pentacles is improvement. It's just step by step
Yeah.
improvement. It's not
And it's
it's
a
not
and it's getting back in the flow too. Like
yeah.
Eight of Pentacles can really be in the flow,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is
So
nice.
I think that yeah, trying to suggest we try
Well,
alternate.
your chart really has, I mean, I think that's great advice because your chart really indicates you got all this Libra, a lot of Libra
Yeah.
stuff, and then all the stuff that rules all that Libra is sitting there in Scorpio. So you've got this interesting combination where I think your whole life you're really asked to be the diplomat and to do that well, and that's probably a skill that you've learned because that's just what Libra does. They learn they learn the art of diplomacy. They learn how to get people to get along, right? Like, and I was just joking about this with Nina the other day. I was like, oh, the United Nations is like Libra, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All these Libras running around, trying to get everybody on the same page and let's all work together. Um, and you really like that's a really dominant part of your chart is all this, this is what we need to do because you've got all these other planets in there supporting that and challenging that and constantly asking you to do that. But that Venus, her Venus is sitting there with Uranus. So you're asked to think outside the box. and it's something that you do probably instinctively and all the time. And that also sits in that arena of work. So that's ultimately how you provide a great service for people. And it's so when you focus in on that and you start saying, how am I going to think outside the box? So if forcing them to get a mediator for you is thinking outside the box, if you're like, I never do that, oh my gosh, then go, yes,
Mhm.
go in and do that. Right. Like think of asking, I don't know, I think you're always asked to find ways that other people don't think of
Yeah. Yeah.
within your work situation. And it's
Yeah.
tiring. I know it's tiring. Yeah,
Oh my
can see
gosh,
that.
it is tiring. Also, too, this is interesting in that workplace environment. I think, to tell somebody who is having a conflict with somebody, you need to figure it out is not an answer.
Right, that's passing the buck. It's like
It's
I don't want to
passing the
deal.
buck.
When they're
Exactly.
like, oh, I don't want to do it. Yeah,
Exactly. I mean, I think of it as like the mom that says, "You guys figure it out," to the kids that are squabbling, right? But that's when the mom is burnt out. Going to their boss was
yeah,
definitely an unusual move for me. Yeah.
yeah.
And the fact that then everybody's passing the buck, then he, probably got reprimanded by his boss or the boss brought it up to him and then he went to HR and complained. It's like nobody in there is trying to, own that he's or she, I don't know, he or she is doing some oh,
I'm gonna
uh,
say this too. You've got Gemini rising, so you're ruled by Mercury. So it's Mercury retrograde right now. You might be really feeling that a little bit. It might be like, ugh, why is this happening? So that could be affecting you, but I don't see like just kind of try to because I kind of have you sort of programmed in my stuff. I don't really see a like an obvious transit right off the top that's happening that indicates something like oh my gosh catastrophic or something you need to
mm-mm.
worry about. It's more like what goes on in your chart in general is really what I'm seeing, which is working, being that, that you're the person that does it well, that is, that is the diplomat that handles that is probably a great leader. You're probably a great manager of people,
Yeah.
and, taking that energy and doing it in a way that's different, that's more unusual it's always going to serve you. Always,
I
always.
I'm gonna say something that is not easy. I'm gonna give you something that isn't really easy, but is what's showing in the cards. Perhaps what can help in this situation because of the 8 of Pentacles. Hi. Oh my
Mhm.
god, hello.
Hi, everyone.
Um, perhaps what that 8 of Pentacles showing is that maybe there are small things that she's doing that are an improvement. And maybe acknowledging those small improvements will encourage more improvement, right? So if, let's say, for example, she does something like she waits till the last minute usually and then dumps everything on you and it's terrible, right? And then um she starts planning a little bit ahead and giving you some more lead time on a project. Acknowledge it. Like say, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for giving me that extra lead time," which is a normal thing. It's not like she's done some heroic thing, but she's shifting and changing. So I'm wondering because of that earthy energy that's showing up, if this person is an earthy energy person, has their, earth sign, and it's slow for them to change. But if you encourage and reward the small changes, you'll get more changes.
I can see
I
that.
don't know if that's possible or if it's too much water under the bridge and you're like, "Screw her." I don't know, because that's me. That's me. That's my Cancer. I'm like, "Screw you." Oh, good, good. So when she does it right, thank her for the things that she's doing right. And, it isn't probably gonna be a fast change because of all that earth energy of the pentacles. She may have earth in her chart in particular areas that are gonna feel excruciatingly slow to you. Air sign, it's gonna feel so slow to you.
Yeah.
Air signs and fire signs want everything, right now, and everything feels like it when it happens fast, that's the right speed. Water signs and earth signs go slower, and it's like for water signs and earth signs, it can feel like too much change too fast. And for air and fire signs, it can feel like what is you're not even moving. So it may be something like that, a discrepancy like that. So yeah. So acknowledging those changes, appreciating those changes, being patient if you can could be good too. But yeah, but I see improvement. So that's a good sign. But yeah, some kind of mediation may need to be, they need to be a little more hands on with this to help you. You're not, you as the subordinate shouldn't be defending yourself or having to fix things for somebody else. That's not
Right.
appropriate. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I really feel for you with that situation. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Live by Design. Jessica's up next. And Candace, if you would like a reading, all you have to do is make a donation on Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat. Once you make that donation, you can come back on here and then let us know where you donated, how much you donated. It's $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine, provide humanitarian aid, food for seniors in Ukraine. It's a really beautiful grassroots organization that we work with that's really hands-on with people. And these people, you can see actually if you go to Yulia's account. Yulia Subotin is the one that directs it all. She's got a small team of people. You can go on Facebook and you can see the people that your donations are helping. I think it's always pretty remarkable to see these people and to put faces to, and they're not anonymous people and they tell their stories. She also shares about what's happening with the war
Mhm.
because we're not seeing it, every day in the news like we should be, like we were at the beginning. It's easy to put it out of mind, but it's horrific. I mean, horrible. It's bombing civilians. That's what all you need to
Yeah.
know. I mean, just like what's happening in Palestine, same thing is happening
Mhm.
in Ukraine. Russia's doing the same thing. So it's just not, hot new news. So they don't talk about it, you know. And you know how American news is that we only talk about ourselves. Usually we barely get into anything
True.
international, right?
True.
All right. Thank you so much, Live by Design. Now Jessica and then Candace. So Jessica is having a one card reading. Um, one card on PayPal. Would like some insight on my health, physical, and spiritual. I won't be able to pay as much for a while, but I will still be here. Yeah, just come and hang out. And when you can afford to make a donation, come hang out and just watch. We're always happy to have people watching and what's going on. That's no problem. All right. And when things loosen up a little bit, you can make a donation. One card donation is great too. We don't discriminate, and Miss Kelly reads for everybody, whether you do one
Yeah.
card or 10 cards. She'll do her reading for you in addition. Oh, I love this. I love this. Beautiful. The card I pulled for you, health, physical, and spiritual, is the King of Pentacles. Pentacles in the tarot represent the physical and material, which includes our body. That little star that's on the pentacle looks like a body, head, arms, legs, right? So that little star represents health, right? So insights on your health, physical and spiritual. I would say when we see pentacles and we see King of Pentacles, you can get to very good strength and good health. It's not going to be a fast process. It's probably going to be a step-by-step process. That's earth energy. It doesn't move fast, right? We don't see mountains popping up, they move very slowly. So it's a slow improvement. What I really get the sense of with the King of Pentacles is there are small things that you can do, small changes that you can do that are going to bring improvement. You might want to look and consult because the king also represents wise counsel. So that could be a healthcare provider. It could even be finding information on the Wild West that is the internet. One of the things I think you can do in terms of a spell for healing, and I recommend this when I talk to people about healing spells. People think, oh, I just have to light a candle and then I'm going to get better. And that can't happen. That certainly can happen. But often, because we're dealing in the material world effort is needed. And so, a better spell for a healing spell that I find that works really great is to do a spell with the intention that you find the right healthcare providers, the right information, the right services, the right treatments, the right medicines, etc. So I I tell my story. I have a blog post about it. It's ancient blog post. I don't even know where to even direct you to find it. But I talked about my own journey with autoimmune issues, and I have autoimmune issues that come up, and I have flares and no flares. But one of the things that was happening for me is I was having alopecia areata, which is bald spots, right? It's a little bald spot, completely bald. My hair would fall out. I have a thick hair, and then there'd be this weird little bald spot about the size of a quarter or a half dollar in the back of my head. I went to doctors. I went, to dermatologists. They give you a cortisone shot. It clears up, and then it comes back again. But I did a spell to find the information, the healing modalities, and the information I needed to get better. And so then I was kind of surfing around looking for something else, and I saw this group where people were talking about changing diet and how that can stop your autoimmune flares. And I looked at it and I was like, holy crap, that's amazing. And that's easy to do. Right. So, and then I learned about functional medicine from that and all kinds of things. So, happy to say that once I changed my diet, my bald spots went away and have never come back again. So, what I'm saying is, that is a cosmetic thing. It didn't hurt me or anything like that. Everybody has, something that they're dealing with, but and mine was, minor and cosmetic, big deal, right? But, it healed up all of my autoimmune issues, then simmered down, right? I'm still living with it, but, I'm not having the flares and the weird things that I would have from when I was eating in a way that wasn't conducive to the healing. So, I think that can be a really good example of like finding the information or finding the breadcrumb trail that leads you to the things that are going to help you. And that can be a good intention to put out there, whether you do it with a spell or just put the intention out there. I think that can be a really good way to work. So, yeah. So it's healing is on the way. Wise advice is out there for you. And the healing process will be slow and steady, but get you to that place where you're feeling good. So,
I like
yeah.
that. I like that, doing a spell to bring somebody in, because in her chart right now, Jupiter's getting is crossing over that high point, which is nice. That's a great, like, I would work with Jupiter. Jupiter's, like the god of expansion and luck and bringing good things in, or it expands everything it's touching as well. So you want to say, hi Jupiter, I need you to expand my knowledge and expand my reach, to bring in the medical help and care that I need, right? And because it's up there in that top area, it's in the outer world, it's outside of you, it's out it's there's something out there that Jupiter wants to bring to you. So
Yeah.
I would totally work with that. And then the other thing that's going on is Saturn and Neptune are very slowly, they've been kind of in that area of health, health issues, and they are slowly starting to leave that right now. So over the next couple of years, I think you're really going to start to feel that start to go away, or not necessarily go away, but
Manage it.
whatever, yeah, manage it. Like whatever lessons, whatever hard ship you've been dealing with, that, like all that stuff, you're going to start to gain a lot of wisdom from that, and you'll start to internalize that. And then with Neptune kind of very slowly going there, it'll be, it's something that just becomes a part of your spirit. It becomes that whole mind, body, spirit thing that Neptune is asking you to do that as well.
So good.
Things I would look, yeah, that's what I would be thinking about right now.
Well, thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you. Yeah, help us on the way. Wise advice is on the way. Wife's counsel is on the way that will help
Yeah.
you get to that place for sure. All right, let me make a couple more announcements so I can get through all of these. I'm making announcements about new things that are coming up. Our full moon in 2026. This is super exciting. New for 2026, we we have full moon workshops. We do this every month. But we're doing something a little bit different in 2026. We're going to be having a shamanic witchcraft workshop series. So this is going to be a 13-month series, 13 full moon classes, where you're going to learn shamanic witchcraft, which is it's core shamanism with this emphasis on your witchcraft practice. The first one is the Introduction to Shamanic Witchcraft. That's the first in the series, and that starts January 3rd, 2026. So this is the first announcement I'm really making of it is today. I've been announcing it today, but I'm very, very excited about this new series that's coming up where I'm going to teach shamanism over the course of a year and a month. So that's awesome. Next thing I want to announce is our new moon candle spells for 2026. We're going to be doing a candle spell from a different Slavic deity each month.
Ooh,
Now, the different
okay.
Slavic deities are going to be focusing on different things: love, protection, health, money, all kinds of different topics, but those are related to the deities. We're going to be doing something else a little bit different. Our new moon spell kit, we normally have a new moon spell kit, and workshop, and new moon spell service. So our new moon spell kit will be the same. You get everything you need except for the tray and the matches to do your spell, and includes complete instructions, step-by-step instructions that make it really easy. We also have a new moon spell kit and workshop. Now, normally the workshop, we get together, we put together the spells, we talk about the details of the spells that we don't get to talk about in the instructions with the new moon spell kit. But for this series for 2026, we're going to have a mini workshop, a 20 to 25-minute workshop at the beginning of the new moon spell kit and workshop, featuring the deity that we're going to be working with. So you'll learn more about the deity, and then we'll do our preparation of our candle for casting this spell. So we're going to have a little extra in there beyond just the putting the candle together and that step-by-step instruction and hanging out and having fun. We're going to continue on with New Moon Spell Service. So if you'd like for me to do the spell for you, I can do that for you. That's New Moon Spell Service. Our first candle in this series for 2026 is the Dolia Good Destiny candle spell. So Dolia and Nadolia are a pair. Dolia is good destiny. Nadolia is bad destiny. We don't want a bad destiny, so we're only bringing in Dolia for this spell. And Dolia is going to bring good destiny. What a great intention for the beginning of January, right? It's like a new year. You want to have a good destiny. You're going to turn things around. And that goes on sale December 7th of this year. So that's going to be coming up. We're so excited to share all of those with you. We'll be having those pop up on the website probably in the next couple of months. Usually in fall, we start bringing out the stuff for 2026. So next couple of months, you'll start seeing those coming up. Another thing that we're doing with the New Moon Spell Kits, New Moon Spell Kit and Workshop, and New Moon Spell Service, you can buy these a la carte. So you can just buy the ones that you want and come to the workshop or get the spell kit that you want. But if you like to do these every month, we have a subscription service. It means a discount on the price of the spell kit. But we're going to be introducing something new that you can not only buy it month to month, where it charges you every month, you could buy it a year in advance, meaning you could buy the whole year of spells all at once, get those spells, spell kit, the spell kit and workshop, or the spell service for the whole year, and get an additional discount off the individual price. So it's another way for you to commit to your magical practice and also save some money as well. So first one is going to be the Dolia Good Destiny candle spell. It goes on sale December 7th. We're really excited about this series. We're going to be looking at gods and goddesses every single month, and we're going to be learning about them. It's going to be, the year-long option is already turned on for the full moons and the Slavic Sundays. Oh, great.
Cool.
So we also have this for the full moon and Slavic Sundays. Thank you, Love Witch, for letting me know that. And we're going to have this for the new moon, Slavic Sundays, and also the full moon. So the full moon Slavic Sundays already have this. The new moon is going to have it soon. So thank you, Love Witch, on top of it. All right, let's do Candace. If you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is to make a donation at PayPal, PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. And then come back into the chat. Let us know how much you donated, where you donated, and what your question is. Also, let us know a little astrological information so Miss Kelly can add that astro reading, her interpretation through astrology of what's going on. So, okay, so greetings to you both. Thank you, Candace. Greetings to you both. I donated 20. I would like clarity on a nice apartment I saw on 7/16. On 7/3, I reached out to tour it and was told it was rented, but I somehow was still able to tour it. The place is gorgeous and right across the street from a lover of my 1920s business. I have for my 20s. Oh, I'm so confused. Right across the street, across the street from a lover of my 20s business. You have a 20s business or when you were in your 20s? I've been doing shadow work in the
Her lover, it's a lover from her 20s, and it's their business. That's my guess.
Oh, I get it. I get it now. So the apartment is across the street from your former lover's business that you were with when you were in your 20s. Got it. I have been doing shadow work since then. This was before Mercury retrograde. Is this my new home or was it will it heal my past? Right? Okay. All right. Great. Oh, this is really interesting. So the first card that popped up is the Tower card. I get that this is significant, but I'm wondering if this apartment hunt is leading you to something other than the apartment.
Mm.
Interesting, right? Tower card is like shaking things up, moving things where they need to go. I think of the Tower card as the universe clearing out what needs to go and taking you to your destination if you allow it to do so. Meaning, I wouldn't get too attached to that apartment. The apartment may be bringing up something else, right? Apartment will be doing, the apartment itself may not be your apartment, but it is shaking up and making something else happen, right? And what is that something else? Two of Cups, meeting that lover again, right? So, if you feel comfortable going over there, you might want to just like pop over to the business if your former lover is there and say, "Hey, I was just looking at an apartment. I saw that it was across from you. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna move in or not. Supposedly it's already rented, but I just went and looked at it. But yeah, it made me think of you and I just wanted to pop in and say hi. That's it. You know, you can be super casual, friendly, nice about it. But I think it's something about getting the two of you to like talk again, to open up your communication. Two of Cups, by the way, has this little symbol right up here. That caduceus right there is about Mercury and about communication. So I think there's a healing part in your communication that's going to happen where you can talk again if you haven't been talking, or you'll see their growth and they'll see your growth. Um, so I would just pop in if you feel like you can, if they're there, if that's something that you can do. I don't know.
Lean into that tower energy.
Yeah,
Surprise.
exactly. Tower is a
Hey.
surprise. Yeah, but I also feel like it's like the apartment isn't even the issue. It's the getting the two of you together that the apartment was just the impetus for that.
Right.
So
And
there's
maybe that
another
does help
apartment
you.
that's better for you actually than that one. But you could say, "Hey, I was in the neighborhood. I saw your business and, I was looking at an apartment across the street, but I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, but I thought I'd stop in and say hi. How are you doing? What are you up to? How's it been? What's happened to you in the last 10 years or whatever." you know? Yeah.
Yeah. And that Mercury retrograde too, it's like it's squaring your sun right now. So it can feel, I mean, it's really been messing with me, my Leo, because it's sitting in Leo. And I usually don't get too flustered or messed up with it. But this time I'm like, oh my God. So you could be feeling that too. It can be, sometimes it can be very challenging, and it's definitely challenging all the fixed signs right now. But it's also asks us to go heal stuff from the past, deal with all the stuff
Yeah.
that's coming up. Coming up, Mercury retrograde says, "Here's your moment. 3 times a year, you get this chance to sort of stop and slow down, and do a little work." And like you said, you've been doing shadow work, so that could very much be what it's asking you to do. Because the reality is, you've got the way your chart's set up. She has a lot of Sag moons in the fourth house tonight. That
Mhm.
Sagittarius moon sitting there, it wants it really needs optimism, and it needs to express that, and it needs to feel good, and it needs to really love, and feel sort of it needs to know that their home is where they're free to be themselves, right? Like, it really needs to know that. It needs to know that that's going to be the place that you can be your most joyful, because Sagittarius moon genuinely needs that, and your moon sits there in the place of home. So whatever it is you're looking for, I would walk into a place and go, ooh, is this where I feel joy? Is this a place I think I can be optimistic? Is this a place I think I can see the future in? Do I see myself here for a while? Which is sometimes hard for people to do. I mean, we're living in a time that's, I think, hard to kind of be positive and optimistic about. And so, with that Saggy moon, you really, Sagittarius moon really, really needs to feel that, right? And they bring it out in the rest of us. They help the rest of us feel it too. So when you're looking for a home and a place to put your roots, I think that's really good advice for you.
I
So,
mean, I think it's really absolutely a necessity that you talk with your ex
mm,
before you get that apartment,
yeah,
because I get the sense that it will be a pleasant experience. But what if it's not? Then you get this apartment and you're looking at that business and feeling the energy of that person and the miscommunications or whatever that happened, and this unhappy feeling will not be good, right? If I went to an ex and then they said something not nice to me, or they weren't really open to having a friendship with me, and I lived across the street from them, that would be awful. So regardless whether you live there or not, it's healing for you and perfect timing for Mercury retrograde to go back
yeah,
and get closure on that breakup, or have a new friend, or rekindle something, whatever direction it goes. But you need to know what direction it goes before you get that apartment, for sure. And the apartment may not be the issue. The apartment may be the thing that got you back there so that you
yeah,
could have that closure, or, heal what needs to be healed, you know? Or make apologies. If you did shadow work and you did some things in that relationship that you need to apologize for, then maybe that's part of it too, is to say, I've learned a lot since then, and I want to say I'm sorry, for my
yeah,
part in this, right? But yeah, I think that's the real reason that this is happening, for sure.
yeah,
But I don't know that the apartment is the ideal one for you, the best one for you. There's lots of pretty apartments. I think this is what happens when we're like hunting for a house or apartment or place to live, is that we can always look at like the ones that got away, or the ones that we liked that we didn't get. And then it's like, but there are other apartments that you'll like just as well. It's not like it's one apartment that is like one ring to rule them all. you know,
yeah,
You'll find other apartments that you like. There's plenty of apartments out there. And asking your guides to open up the doors for the apartment that you're meant to live with. But I just feel this weird synchronicity is about getting communication open between the two of you and getting that closure. And that closure is good, whether the closure is the person's still an a-hole, or if the closure
right.
is, oh, we're actually talking civilly and we can be friends, or something hotter and spicier than that, right? Yeah. Thank you so much, Candace. Thank you. What an interesting situation. I love that synchronicity of that. It's pretty cool. Um, got a couple more announcements. It's your last chance, last call for a reading. If you want to get a reading, hop into the chat right now and say, wait a minute, I'm going to go make a donation, so we know not to sign off before you make your donation. And then go over to PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat and make your donation. Here's another couple of announcements. Our Virgo new moon pomegranate of passion spell. Oh, we're in this lovely spot where we've got 2 Virgo new moons in the same year. This first of our 2 Virgo new moons is happening on August 22nd.
That's a great candle too. I like
Yeah.
that
Oh my gosh, this candle is so gorgeous in real life. You will just feel the passion
candle.
emanating from it. It's such a beautiful pomegranates are such a beautiful mystical fruit in so many traditions. In Persian culture, it's about abundance. We think of it as like kind of like the apple from the Adam and Eve. It was a pomegranate, not an apple. The fruit
Mm.
of the tree of knowledge, right? It was a pomegranate. Pomegranates also show up, of course, in the Kore Demeter cycle, where Kore goes down to the underworld, and she eats 6 pomegranate seeds. So then she has to stay 6 months in the underworld every year. So we see this as like this real, like passionate, magical, mystical fruit. And this candle is just beautiful. So this beautiful Virgo new moon pomegranate of passion spell is perfect for boosting confidence and calling forth your best and most empowered self. It is about igniting your romantic passion, or it doesn't have to be about romance. It can be about embracing your desires, overcoming apathy, attracting positive energy and recognition, or encouraging passionate pursuits. We can definitely fall in love with what we're doing, or fall in love with our life, or fall in love with another person. And this can be that spell to activate that. This beautiful beeswax pomegranates candle is only available as part of this new moon spell kit. So you get it now or forever hold your peace. We've got a new moon spell kit, new moon spell kit and workshop, or new moon group spell service. It closes on August 11th, so you only have a week left to get it. And our new moon is on August 22nd. You can find out more by going to newmoonspells.com. Speaking of moons, we've got some full moon workshops coming up. August 9th, we're doing Mastering Curse Reversals. That's coming up really soon. September is Animal Psychic Communication. October is Mastering Success Magic. November is Animal Familiar Spells. And December is the Dark Magic of Winter. You can subscribe and save 25% off the full price, the individual price, or you can subscribe for the year ahead and save over 35%. Go to fullmoonworkshops.com and you can find out more. If you currently have a subscription that's a month-to-month subscription, you can change it to the year subscription and save even more in the coming months. Our Slavic Sundays workshops in 2025. Next month, we're going to be doing Vishivanki, Slavic talismanic embroidery. These are usually on the first of the month, but on the first of the September, first Sunday in September, I'm not going to be in town. So we're doing it on the second Sunday of September. October is the old Slavic spirits. November is Myth and Magic of Baba Yaga. And December is Jivi Vohon, Living Fire Magic. You can subscribe and save 25%, or subscribe to the year and save over 35%. Go to witchcraftworkshops.com to find out more. We also have our Slavic Sundays workshop set up for 2026. Slavic Sundays workshops continue in 2026 with the magic of Slavic holidays and the magic of life events. In January, we'll be talking about Stratenia, which is the meeting of winter and spring. February, Slavic holidays of Butter Week and the magic that's done and the ancient traditions that are done on these special holidays. March, we'll be talking about the Slavic spring holiday cycle. And April, we'll be talking about Slavic birth and pregnancy magic. Again, you can subscribe and you can save that yearly fee, or go month to month and subscribe that way and save 25% off. We've got new spell candles at the Parlor of Wonders. This isn't even updated. I didn't even get a chance to update this. We've got a manifest like a boss spell candle. We've got a travel candle that looks like the Eiffel Tower. It's so cute. It's a little tiny Eiffel Tower. But we also have these, the Lucky Dice, the Forest Fairy, the All-Seeing Eye Pyramid, the Raven Magic, the Squirrel of Abundance, the Beeswax Equinox and Solstice. You could do a spell at every equinox and solstice with this candle to set what you want for the season. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to honor the season. So go to parlorofwonders.com and click on New Arrivals, View All, and you'll be able to see them all. Lastly, you can write reviews on the Parlor of Wonders and win a $100 gift certificate. All you have to do is write a review for a product that you bought, and you'll be automatically entered into our giveaway for a $100 Parlor of Wonders gift certificate. You can leave as many reviews as you want, and each one will get you an additional entry into that month's giveaway. We'll randomly pick a winner each month and send them a gift certificate. Oh my God, I'm so behind. We don't even have May. What the heck? Have we picked our July winner? Oh, Sam K won in July. Thank you. I need to change the slide. You can see how diligent I am about updating my slide. So Sam K won in July. Congratulations to Sam K for being the winner for July. All right, you guys. It looks like we're done with our readings for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me turn off this thing. All right, get us back up here. It's great seeing you, Miss Kelly.
You
Um,
too.
Thank you to the Love Witch for being behind the scenes, working all the buttons, making things happen, giving me the right information. Oh my gosh. What would I do? What would I do without you, Buchanan? I don't even know. We'll see you next week at 6 p.m. next Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern for Tarot for Kindness. We raised a little bit of money today. We got let's see, we got $70 today. I'll probably throw in some extra there. So we'll do all right today. It's a little sparse, but usually happens on a Sunday because we start a little bit later. But we'll get some extra money in there for those seniors. But thank you. Because of you, we fed almost 2 seniors today. 2 seniors are going to eat for 2 weeks, which is a beautiful thing. And I want to thank you guys so much for your donations and your kindness and your generosity. Tarot for Kindness says it all. You are the kindness, and you're the kindness that is extending a hand across the ocean to someone far away, this senior who is suffering in this full-scale invasion, and you're bringing some light and some relief in their life, which is very, very hard right now in Ukraine. So we just got to end this war, but well, we gotta hope that the rest of the world community supports Ukraine, because the idiots in the White House are terrible at doing everything that it's like the reverse Midas touch. Everything they touch is crap.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. We're so grateful to you. We'll see you next week, next Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. I think my guest next week will be the Love Witch, but who knows? It might be a surprise. We don't know. So we look forward to seeing you there. And I guess that's it. We'll sign off for now. So thanks again, everybody. Anything you got coming up, Miss Kelly, that you need to announce?
No, not that I
Nothing
can think of.
Yeah, it's not this. Tis not the season for the markets. That's going to
Yeah.
come up in a couple months, right?
Mm.
I got an announcement. Home Goods has some amazing Halloween decorations.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got the cutest little vintage, like Halloween pumpkin guys. They're so cute, and they look like they're from the 1930s. They're just my speed. So,
I
yeah.
love it.
Anyway, all right, you guys have a great evening, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.